Hey YouTube, what is going on? It's a beautiful, hot, sunny day today, so I'm going to be doing another beer review. Today's review is going to be another comparison review like previous videos, and I'm going to be looking at a pair of pale ales that are local here to Ontario. So the first being, this is Nickelbrook's Naughty Neighbor American Pale Ale. It is 4.9% alcohol, and it's moderately bittered. It's got 38 IBUs. And we're going to be comparing that to Flying Monkey Brewery's Hoptical Illusion. Now, this is obviously Flying Monkey's Pale Ale. It's 5% ABV, so slightly higher alcohol. But interestingly, the IBU is actually lower. It's only 32 IBU, so this should be slightly less bitter than the Nickelbrook Naughty Neighbor. Now, I was intending to actually make this review a three-way comparison. I wanted it to include Great Lake Brewery's their Canuck Pale Ale, which is also available in a single can at the LCBO, but unfortunately, my local LCBO doesn't really they don't seem to like carrying the singles from that brewery for whatever reason. So that'll be just the two for today. So with the Nickelbrook, obviously it's a single Canadian tallboy. Picked it up for, I think it's about $2.85 for a can, which to me that's a little high for a lighter ABV pale ale. The Flying Monkeys, on the other hand, it's in a bottle, of course. I wish these guys offered their beer in cans, especially tall boys. I'd be picking them up a lot more than I currently am, and I live in the same city that this brewery operates out of. So this bottle here was from one of their 6-packs, and they're both quite fresh. They're only about 2 weeks old. So without further ado, let's crack them open and see what we have, see what they look like. Start with the Nickelbrook. Alright, and I'll be using my zombie hand bottle opener for the Flying Monkeys. Interesting. Alright, so right off the bat, visually, we're seeing a difference here. The Nickelbrook, quite a lot of bubbles, carbonation going on, yet the head is non-existent. There's, quarter finger worth of head. It's pretty much dissipated. But again, heavy carbonated. Color-wise, I don't know if you can tell, but it's almost like it's like a golden yellow effervescent kind of glow to this. This is what I think of when I think of a traditional pale ale by appearance. The Flying Monkeys, on the other hand, of course, poured in my Flying Monkeys glass. It's got more of like an orangey amber hue to it. Much darker in color. It's got at least a finger worth of head. It's quite foamy, and it's got some decent retention going on. Alright, let's go for a smell, see what they're like. Start off with the Nickelbrook. Okay, so with this one here, I'm gathering piney, citrusy. It's got a real bitter kind of smell. A bit of bug spray as well, since I'm covered in that right now from today's activities. Yeah, really just like a dry, bitter, citrusy note. Alright, now the Flying Monkeys. Hoptical Illusion. Much more malt on the nose on the Flying Monkeys compared to the Nickelbrook. I'm not actually detecting a whole lot of bitterness or I'm going to say with the fruit, it's more of like a darker, overly ripe tropical fruit opposed to the piney, grapefruit-like aromas I'm getting off the Nickelbrook product. It's an interesting contrast. All right. Let's go for a taste, starting with the Naughty Neighbor. Cheers, guys. Okay, so reminiscent of the aroma, the taste profile on Nickelbrook's Naughty Neighbor. Very dry. It comes off extremely dry and bitter, and again, that tart white grapefruit kind of taste rolling across the palate. Starts off with those kind of characteristics. The middle is, I wouldn't say like quite flat. There's not a whole lot going on. But then again, it finishes with that dry tartness. I'm just left with overly bitter white grapefruit. Interesting. All right, now with Flying Monkeys, Hoptical Illusion. Cheers. The malt is coming forward in the taste profile as well. This is a better balanced beer, I would say, for between its malt and hoppy bitterness than the Nickelbrook. First thing is just like fresh maltiness. After that, it's, I want to say, darker, riper, like tropical fruits. Not so much the grapefruit, more so mango, maybe orange or plum. Richer tropical flavors. Now, when I'm thinking about a pale ale by style, it really is look-wise and taste-wise. I'm thinking more along the lines of Naughty Neighbor from Nickelbrook. More of that piney, resiny, white grapefruit kind of flavor profile. Now, for my own personal taste, it's actually the Hoptical Illusion, so my local pale ale, which I'm preferring when I'm comparing these two head-to-head. The Fly Monkeys just has more of a malt backbone, a little more better balanced, and it's just not crushing me with that tart white grapefruit bitterness. So, how would I rank these two? Well, I'm gonna have to go with the Flying Monkeys on top. Again, just better balance, has more of the fruity tropical profile I'm looking for in a pale ale. It's less bitter than the Nickelbrook, although roughly the same ABV. The only downside of this is, again, I can't get this in a single can format. I have to always go out for a 6-pack, which can be pricey. Flying Monkeys, if you're seeing this, please, please, please start canning your beer. I'll be buying much more of your product if I can get this in single tall boys. Rating wise, I'm going to give Nickelbrook let's go with a 6.75 out of 10. And the Hoptical Illusion, the winner of this comparison. So I'm going to be choosing the Hoptical Illusion as the winner of this comparison. It's just got that better malt backbone. It's better balanced. It's got a fuller, heavier body than the Nickelbrook. Now, guys, stay tuned. There's going to be some more comparison reviews coming up in the future. I'll be looking at a pair of local IPAs as well as a blind taste test of double IPA. So stay tuned and cheers.